What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be doing the ultimate Halloween candy tier list. Now, this is something that's been talked about for a long time now, right? This isn't a new concept, but I bet you've never seen an accurate one, because that is what I'm going to be doing here today. I'm going to be making the best Halloween tier list you've ever seen. And I'm going to be ranking them on a scale of rancid all the way to always first choice, and at the very bottom, what is this for the candies that I've never seen before in my life. If for some reason you disagree, please leave your opinions in the comments below. I will argue with you. That's how it works. But if you do enjoy this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and watch to the end to see my full ranking and see how yours compares. Let's get started. Alright, we're starting off with Hershey's Cookies and Cream. This is I wouldn't say it's a classic, but it's becoming a classic. You know what I'm saying? This is an absolute always first choice. The Hershey's Cookies and Cream is so good. It's like, I don't really see it in Halloween candy. Maybe it's because I haven't been trick-or-treating in a while. I don't know if this is like a newer thing, but oh my gosh, it's so good. Reese's, that's just an instant always first choice. I love Reese's. Those are classics. You can't go wrong with the Reese's Cup. Kit Kats. I can't tell if those are the normal ones. I think those are the normal ones. If they are, I think that goes in great pick. You know, Kit Kats are always a solid choice. And I love Kit Kats, but you know, they're not like the top tier, you know, because we're talking about candy here. Most candy is considered good because it's got sugar in it. That's how it works. But like, when we're talking Kit Kats versus Reese's, there's an obvious winner there. 100 grand. You know, it's been a while since I've had one of these. But I just remember them being good. I mean, they're nothing to like write home about, but I mean, they're good. They're good candy. I like them. Reese's Pieces. Now, if you give me a bag of these, they're gone. So I'm gonna have to put them up in always first choice. And I don't know if there's gonna be some Lifesaver gummies on here, but you give me a bag of them, they're gone too. Sweet Tarts Original. Okay, I don't like Sweet Tarts, right? This is gonna be controversial. It's between not worth the sugar and last edible candy left in the bag. Because the problem with Sweet Tarts is they actually like hurt to eat. Like they will make your tongue hurt. They'll like burn your freaking taste buds off. And you can't eat any other candy because your tongue is burning. So it's honestly just like, I'd say, is it even considered edible? It's just kind of a rancid. I mean, they taste good. I like them. But it's just not worth the sugar, to be honest, because you can't eat anything else. For Three Musketeers, I'm going to go ahead and put that in great pick. I love Three Musketeers. It's just a solid choice. You can't really go wrong with it. It's pretty simple. Pixie Stick, that's going to be... We'll put that in... It's either between edible and then the last edible candy left in the bag. I'm saying it's the last edible candy because they're just hard to eat. The paper gets soggy and you can't like get the sugar out of there, and you try to shake it and it just like melts together and you're just sucking on paper. And it honestly doesn't taste that great. It's just like sugar in a tube. Airheads, those are edible. I like Airheads. They're a little hard to eat. Flavor's good. I like them. Bitto Honeys, that's another one. They're edible. I like them. That's good candy. I'll eat it if someone gives it to me. Crunch Bar, that's going in either great pick or low-key good. Definitely not like top tier, but I do like me a Crunch Bar. We'll probably put it in the low-key good. Necco Wafers. This one is controversial. People hate on Necco Wafers, but I honestly don't hate Necco Wafers that much. I think Necco Wafers are definitely in either edible or low-key good. We're going to put Necco Wafers in edible. They're edible. I like it. I'll eat a Necco Wafer if you give me one. Sour Patch Kids. Oh, that's an obvious S tier. I guess it's not S tier, it's first choice tier, but same thing. I mean, Sour Patch Kids, classic, incredible. Nerds. Okay, Nerds are going to go in great pick. I used to put Nerds in top here, but I'm leaning more towards great pick now. I don't know. I just feel like it's pretty straightforward. It's just a bit of sugar covered in food coloring. So I'm going to put it in great pick just because I still love them. The Good and Plenty, those are going in like the last edible candy left in the bag. They're alright. Not a fan. Twizzlers, that's the same. I don't know. Twizzlers are edible. I don't have anything against Twizzlers. It's close to being the last edible candy left in the bag. You know, sometimes a Twizzler hits. A Twizzler hits when it hits. If you're not in the mood, it's just not good. Dots are low-key good. People hate on Dots. I kind of like Dots. They are hard to eat, and they're not like the best, but, you know, sometimes, you know, kind of like Twizzlers, you just want some Dots, and the Dots, they just hit, you know? M&M's, that's a classic great pick. The only reason I put M&M's in great pick instead of always first choice is because there is a better version of M&M's that definitely go in the top tier, but we'll get to that later in the video. Is that sticks of gum? Okay, we'll go off of this as that it's sticks of gum. I mean, I like gum. I chew a lot of gum, but I don't really want it as my Halloween candy. So I'm gonna put that last edible candy left in the bag because why would you want gum as your candy? Yeah, that's like the last thing I'm gonna eat. Andes mints, absolutely rancid. The mint, all those mint chocolate things, those are absolutely rancid. I hate them so much. I cannot stand them. Like mint chocolate chip ice cream, I do not get the hype behind it. It is terrible. All mint chocolate things are like absolutely rancid. Runts. I have no idea what those are. I'm gonna be honest. Laffy Taffy. It's hard to eat. You know what? We're gonna put it in low-key good. You know, Laffy Taffies are solid. They're just really, really annoying to eat. Werther's Original, oh, that is a great pick. I love the caramel candies. Those are so good. I mean, I know people call them old people candies, but they're just good. Speaking of old people candy, that's going in last edible candy in the bag. Hershey Kiss. Honestly, that's tough. I love Hershey Kisses plain chocolate. I feel like we kind of gotta have like a plain chocolate up here, and I honestly prefer it over the Hershey's bar, so I think I'm gonna put that in the always first choice. I always eat a couple of those just because they're like small and like a bite size. I can like eat one in between my other candies. So I'll put Hershey's in great pick just because I think the Hershey's Kiss is a little bit better and more convenient to eat. I like Mike and Ike's, depending on the flavor of Mike and Ike's, but I think they're low-key good for the most part. Snickers, ooh, that's a... Oh, I love me a Snickers bar. I'm gonna have to put that on always first choice. I love Snickers. That's like one of the like Hershey, Snickers, Milky Way, Three Musketeer, Crunch, all those like the big candy bars. Snickers is probably like my favorite of like the classic candy bars. Speaking of classic candy bars, I don't know if you can count Almond Joy, but if you do, that is absolutely rancid. I hate Almond Joy. Like, almonds can be good, but on very rare occasions, and on those very rare occasions, they're very good. In this case, Almond Joys are terrible. Coconut, almond, chocolate, it's just terrible. Almond Joys are rancid. Babe Ruth, edible, classic. Can't go wrong with the Babe Ruth. I haven't had a ton of them, so I can't really put it in any other tier other than just edible, because I know that I liked it, but I don't really remember anything specific, so it probably wasn't incredible. Caramel Apple Pops. These things they sell at school. Last edible candy left in the bag. I mean, it's good when they sell them at the school concession stand, but other than that, it's like, no, I'm not going to eat these on my own time. I can't read what it is. I have pretty good vision, but I don't know what that is. That's going in what is this? Just simply because I can't read it and I don't know what it is. Mr. Good Bar. It's like the off-brand of Crunch. Going in edible. I'd rather have a Crunch, but I'm not going to complain if I have a Mr. Good Bar. I feel like bubblegum is better than regular gum in the things when you get them. At least in my opinion, I don't personally chew bubblegum on the regular, but if I got like a regular stick of like mint gum, I'm going to be disappointed. But if I got bubblegum, you know, it's something different. So I'm going to put it in edible because it's something a little bit different than what I usually have, and I won't be too upset if I got that in my bag. Swedish Fish. This one's controversial. I used to love these, but over time, as I age, it slowly gets worse. I think they're overrated, but I guess they're not that bad. Blow Pops. These are definitely edible. I don't see these and go, wow, I can't wait to eat these, but I mean, they're good. Fireball. Okay, that's just not worth the sugar. I mean, why? It's another one of those things, like, it's just, when I'm eating a candy, I don't want a Fireball. It's not worth the sugar and the massive amounts of red 40. The colored Tootsie Rolls, that's the last edible candy left in the bag. Used to love these. They're hard to eat, just like regular Tootsie Rolls. Like, just get stuck in your teeth. They're really unsatisfying to chew. Fun Dip, not worth the sugar in my opinion. Fun Dip's so overrated. It's just not worth the sugar. Like, it's candy, it's sweet, you know, it's good per se, but not worth whatever diseases you're getting from eating that. That's all I'm gonna say. Tootsie Pop, in my opinion, just like a blow pop, pretty much. Straightforward. Fruit roll-ups. In school lunches, these slap, but as a Halloween candy, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be too happy about it. I'd still eat it though. I put it in edible. I mean, I love a good fruit roll-up. Gushers, same thing. Except for I think I might put Gushers in low-key good because I love Gushers. And honestly, if I got that in candy, I wouldn't be too upset. I used to think Gushers were banned in the US for some reason, and that was a complete lie. So I went years without having Gushers, and then when I realized they weren't banned, I thought my whole life was a lie. And I just wasted years of not having Gushers. Which it makes sense why they would be banned. These things probably give you more diseases than Fun Dip. But Haribo Gold Bears, I am a sucker for gummy bears. Put those in the freaking either top tier. You know, those are going to top tier. I'm a sucker for gummy bears. Are they that good? I don't know. I love gummy bears. Looks like Werther's Original. I can't tell. We're going to put it in the same tier because it's like the Werther's Original. All of those are good. Solid choices all the way around. Heath Bar. Last edible candy in the bag. On the edge of not worth the sugar. Not a fan of the Heath bars. Butterfinger. Now, if we're talking about the old Butterfinger, always first choice. New Butterfinger, edible. They changed it and it's so much worse now. The new Butterfinger is like mid. It's almost not worth the sugar, to be honest, comparative to what it used to be. Like, the slogan is, don't lay a finger on my better Butterfinger, but it is not better. It's significantly worse. I don't know what they did to it, but it doesn't even really taste like peanut butter anymore. You're just eating like a cornstarch filling. Hot tamales. I actually like hot tamales more than Fireball, but I'm still gonna have to put them in the not worth the sugar. I don't really want that when I'm eating candy, to be honest. It's just not what I'm looking for. Lemon Heads, last edible candy left in the bag. So the same thing with Tootsie Rolls. Last edible candy worth the bag. Actually, probably not worth the sugar. I'm not a fan of Tootsie Rolls. I like the flavored ones more than the regular Tootsie Rolls. I'm just not a Tootsie Roll guy. They're hard to eat. They're not like great flavor. Just have like regular chocolate. You know what I'm saying? Jolly Ranchers. Jolly Ranchers are low-key good. I like Jolly Ranchers. Those are nice. Jolly Ranchers are just good to have around, you know. 2 out of the 5 flavors are kind of bad, so that's why I'm not putting them farther up. The blue raspberry, watermelon, and cherry, fantastic. Yes, that means that I do not like the green apple or the grape flavor. Those are absolutely rancid. Watermelon, cherry, and blue raspberry are absolutely carrying here. Junior Mints might be the worst candy on this list by far. Absolutely rancid. Goes in the bottom of this list. I would make a new tier just for Junior Mints. Ring Pop. Last edible candy you left in the bag. They used to be cool because you wear it on the ring, and like, you know, as a kid that was so cool. But honestly, candy itself was kind of mid, I'm not gonna lie. Paydays are alright. Say it's the last edible candy left in the bag. I'd rather just have like an actual protein bar. If you get like a Kind bar or something, I'd rather have that than a Payday. Toblerone. I've never had Toblerone, so I'm just gonna put it in edible because I imagine it's good. Now here's why I put M&Ms in Great Pick, because peanut M&Ms are significantly better than regular M&Ms. I love peanut M&Ms. Definite always first choice. I have no idea what a Mamba is. Okay, I take that back. Junior Mints might not be the worst thing on this list because Milk Duds are absolutely rancid. I don't know how anybody likes these things. These are terrible. Milky Way, absolute classic. Great pick. Up there with Three Musketeers. I love a good Milky Way. Can't go wrong with that. Now and Later. I don't know if these are worth the sugar. These are like the worst Starburst. I don't like these very much. It's like, just have a Starburst. They're so much better. Is that an apple? Who gives people an apple for Halloween? Is this real? I've never been given an apple for Halloween. How do you give people that? First off, that gets expensive if you give every kid an apple. How do you store these and what? Why would you give someone an apple? That is like last, I guess, edible candy left in the bag, because I do like apples, but not in the sense of like comparing it to candy. Rating a fruit to candy? That seems a little unfair, but okay. Raisinets. Those are just not worth the sugar. That's pretty self-explanatory. It's a raisin covered in chocolate. Just have something else covered in chocolate that tastes better. Why would you have a raisinette? Toothbrush, okay. I don't recommend eating toothbrushes. They're honestly not that good. They're a little overrated, to be honest. Every time I try to eat one, like the gristles get stuck in my teeth and it's really hard. And it just tastes like plastic, so those are absolutely rancid. That's not my favorite candy to get in my bag. Skittles. I love Skittles. That's just straightforward. It's Skittles. It's just Skittles. There's nothing more to say about that. Smarties. I love Smarties. Great pick. Classic. Can't go wrong with Smarties. Smarties are honestly goated, but not like goated to the first tier, but like goated to the second tier for sure. Starburst. Another example of goated to the second tier, maybe goated to the third tier, but I do like me a Starburst whenever I'm feeling it. You know what, I'm gonna put it on low-key good, because I don't think it kind of competes with some of these, but I do think that Starbursts are good. Sugar Daddy, those are last edible candy left in the bag. I had one of these before, they didn't blow me away. It's almost not worth the sugar. Candy corn, this is gonna get a lot of crap, but this is like first choice. I always go for the candy corn. Candy corn is literally like, you can make like the candy corn peanut mixes, like just candy corn by itself. I can eat a whole bag of those. If you ask me my favorite Halloween candy, I'd be like, candy corn. Give me a bag of them, and they're gone. People hate on candy corn. It's like one of the most hated Halloween candies other than like circus peanuts and Necco wafers. But candy corn is so good. I don't know how a majority of people hate it. Twix. Twix is awesome. Twix is between Great Pick and always first choice, but I think I do prefer Snickers over it, so I'm gonna put Twix in the Great Pick. Warheads. Warheads is rancid. I get the point of Warheads, but why would you willingly just eat a Warheads for enjoyment? You're a psychopath if you do that. Now, one time I did eat a bunch of Warheads. I ate like 15 Warheads out of one of those big bags on a school bus trip in like elementary school, just so I could be cool. Like, I burnt the entire roof off my tongue from those things. It probably knocked like 10 years off my life, minimum, but I did it and they weren't enjoyable. It was funny, but like, why would you actually eat these for enjoyment? That's not what they're meant for. They're meant for like to do a sour challenge. So yeah, Definitely in rancid tier. Can't argue that one. Whoppers, rancid, terrible. Like Milk Duds, terrible. I hate Whoppers. Whoppers are honestly one of the worst candies on this list. I can taste the Whopper in my mouth. It's so bad. I have like traumatic memories of it. I can taste it. It's terrible. Hate Whoppers. Absolutely rancid. Same with York. All the garbage candy at the bottom here. Terrible. Hate mint chocolate stuff, and this is like even worse than the Andes mints by far. Oh, I hate them. Zero Bar. I think I've seen one before, but I don't really know what it is. I've never actually had one. I don't even know what it is. I've just seen it somewhere, I think. So it's definitely going in the what is this tier. A little anticlimactic ending, but I mean, this is a pretty solid tier list. I feel like this is, other than a couple hot takes on here, I feel like this is pretty accurate. In my eyes, it's completely accurate, but I feel like for the most part, this is a pretty good list. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know how I did, any things you would change, your hot takes perhaps, and yeah, leave a like on the video if you haven't already. It helps me a lot, and a lot of people forget to do that. Subscribe if you haven't already, which if you're this far into the video, I'm going to assume you're probably subscribed, but if you're not, it's probably worth your time. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.